Namaste students, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about a cost sheet or statement of cost. Which is very important for your examination. Okay. So in the last class we have discussed about the basic calculation of cost. So that is we have done with the prime cost, how to identify on the formula based. PC equals DM plus DL plus D, direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenditure. Then for work cost, WC equals PC plus factory overheads. Correct. So we have done such kind of thing. Then we had to identify cost of production. So we have to add administrative overheads to the work cost, whatever we have got. And when we got COP, cost of production, once we add that administrative overheads, after that once we add selling and distribution overheads, so we are going to get total cost. Correct. So this is what we have understood in the formula based. Okay. So today we will have a clarity about how to prepare a cost sheet. So what is the format to prepare a cost sheet and what exactly cost sheet is all about. Okay. So cost sheet or statement of cost, when costing information is set out in the form of a statement. Be clear. When costing information is set out in the form of a statement, it is called cost sheet. That's all. It is a cost of a statement. So that is what we call it as a cost sheet. It is usually adopted. So when there is only one main product and all costs almost are incurred for that particular products only. So there must be one product and all the expenditure incurred to produce that particular product only. So the information incorporated in a cost sheet. So whatever the information has been given in the cost sheet, so would depend upon the requirement of management for the purpose of control. So to control the cost, so how management wanted, so in that way, so we will be doing that, requirement will be considered. Okay. So let us understand now how to prepare a cost sheet. So how to prepare a statement of cost. For that, first you should know how to make a format. So it is in a vertical form. So the table goes like this: particulars, total cost, cost per unit. Particulars, total cost, cost per unit. Okay. So as we have learned the formula, so that formula we are going to arrange it in a vertical form. Clear? We are going to write it as a statement instead of formula. Now we are converting that formula into what? A statement. Correct. So what is the formula for prime cost? We all know that direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenditure equals prime cost. Correct. So now let us convert direct materials plus direct labor plus direct expenditure, that is equals to prime cost. Clear? So we got the prime cost. So now to identify work cost, so what was the formula I have thought? That is WC equals PC plus factory overheads or work overheads. Correct? So now apply the same. Prime cost, add factory overheads or work overheads. So when you add that work overhead, so you are going to get work cost. Clear? What you got? Work cost. So next, further moving to identify cost of production. To identify cost of production, what was the formula? Cost of production, COP equals WC, that is work cost plus office and administrative overhead. So what are all the expenditure incurred in office and administrative purpose, that should be added. Clear? So add office and administrative overheads, so you are going to get a cost of production. Clear? So now we got to know the cost of production. So now to identify the total cost or cost of sales, so you have to add what? Selling and distribution overheads to the cost of production. So now total cost equals, or cost of sales equals, cost of production plus selling and distribution overhead. So you are going to get the total cost or cost of sales. So whatever you have got, that is cost of sales. So profit we have to identify, sales will be there. Clear? So to identify a profit, profit equals sales minus cost of sales, or sales minus total cost. Clear? Sales minus total cost is equal to profit, or profit is equal to sales minus cost of sales. Suppose he has given the profit, but he has not given the sale. So in such a case, cost of sales plus profit, that is equals to sales. So formula will be sales equals cost of sales plus profit. So that is going to be our formula to identify sales or profit, any one or the same. Okay, so any one direction, that is vice versa, so we can identify. Now before moving on to the problem, so you must understand few treatment which we give a special treatment to the stock. So that is nothing but inventory. So we give a special treatment while preparing a cost sheet. So what is that special treatment, or how to consider? There are opening stock will be there will be a closing stock, there will be a work in progress. Clear? There will be finished things. So how we are going to consider. Clear? So that we have to understand now. Okay, so let us understand now. So for that I have made a separate keynote for you to understand, that is treatment of stock. So while preparing a cost sheet, stock requires a special treatment, as I said. Okay, stock may be of raw materials, work in progress and finished goods. So it might be purely a raw material. Clear? It is not even converted into semi-finished goods. Work in progress, which is neither a finished goods nor a raw material, which is already processed once, but it is not at output. Clear? So that which still under process or progress. So that is what we call it as a work in progress and finished goods, that you all know. Clear? So then we have a stock of materials. If stock opening and closing of raw materials and purchases, carriage on purchases and other expenses on purchases have been given in the problem. Clear? So that all comes under stock of raw materials, stock of materials. Okay, so let us understand with the format, so that it will be easier for you to understand. So how to consider. So now we are going to calculate raw material consumed. So how to calculate a raw material consumed? Right here I have given, so in a red font. So that is raw material consumed is calculated as follows. First take opening stock of raw materials, add purchases of raw materials, add carriage on purchases. So be clear, opening stock of raw materials plus purchase of raw materials plus carriage on purchases. So you got the total it, then less closing stock of raw material. If there is a closing stock has been given in the problem, so that has to be deducted. So deducted. So whatever we get the total, so that is what we consider it as a direct material consumed. So that is what we consider it as a direct material consumed. So next is a stock of work in progress. As I said, the stock which is neither a finished stock nor a raw material, which is in the form in progress, that is what we call it as a stock of work in progress. So let us consider how to calculate. Let us learn how to calculate stock of work in progress. Okay. So let us understand the meaning. Working progress means units on which some work has been done but which are not yet complete. So that's all. Work is started but it is not yet complete. That is not ready for sale. It may be valued at prime cost or work cost. If it is valued at work cost, the opening and closing stock will be adjusted as follows. So let us see how this will be adjusted. So prime cost, we know PC plus factory overheads. So that is after PC plus factory overheads, we get plus opening work in progress. Try to understand where we are going to enter this work in progress after adding the factory, because inside the factory the production will happen. Getting my point? Inside the factory production process will happen. Clear? So that is why work in progress should be added to factory overheads. Okay, so factory overheads add opening work in progress less closing work in progress, so we are going to get work cost. As simple as this. Add factory overheads, to that add a opening work in progress and deduct closing work in progress, so you are going to get the work cost. Clear? So now if the stock of finished goods has been given, how to consider? See, finished goods are those goods which are ready for sale. That's all. Which is ready for sale, which is ready to supply in the market. That is what we call it as a finished goods. So you need not to scratch head for that. But where we are going to add and deduct, that is very, very important and you must understand. So when the opening and closing stock of finished goods are adjusted, so we have to follow like this. So cost of production. So once we get the cost of production, COP, add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods. So whatever we get the difference, that is what we call it as a cost of goods sold. So that is what we call it as a cost of goods sold. So I believe you have understood three different stages of stock of raw materials. Why we treat stock as a special treatment while preparing a cost sheet or statement, because we get three types of materials, so where those three are taken in different stages of production. Clear? Suppose it is a raw materials, we are going to consider at the beginning of the problem. Clear? So that is before calculating the prime cost we do. So if it is a work in progress, if some activity have already started on that but it is not yet complete, so then it is under factory overheads. Getting my point? So when it is finished, when it is ready for sale, then after identifying the cost of production, we do the adjustments. Okay. So there is a note also I have given, which is very important for you to keep it in your mind. If there is any scrap value of defective work, if there is any scrap value of defective work, it should be deducted after adding factory overheads. So it should be deducted from after adding the factory overheads to the prime cost. So it has to be deducted from the prime cost. Okay, so that is one of the important thing. So as yesterday we learned few example problems, so today also we are going to learn few example problems. So what are all those examples of problems? See, from the following data given below, find out prime cost, work cost, cost of production, cost of goods sold, cost of sales and profit. So direct wages 60,000 rupees, other direct expenses 30,000 rupees, factory overheads 25,000, administrative overheads 20,000, selling and distribution overheads 10,000 and sales 3 lakh rupees. Okay. So now we have to solve the problem for the same. So let us find the solution for this problem. So first we have to find out the PC. So what is the formula to calculate PC? Direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses, which has been given. Directly take direct material 1 lakh plus 60,000 wages plus other direct expenses, that is 30,000. So total 1,90,000. So that is prime cost. So next is work cost, prime cost plus factory overheads, that is 1,90,000 plus factory overheads 25,000. So 2,15,000 is the work cost. Next there is a cost of production we have to identify. To identify the cost of production, formula is work cost plus office and administrative overheads, that is 1,90,000 plus 25,000, so that is 2,15,000. Okay. So next we have cost of production. So to identify cost of production, work cost plus administrative overheads, that is 2,15,000 plus 20,000 office and administrative overheads, so total 2,35,000. Next, to identify cost of sales, that is cost of production plus selling and distribution overheads. So that is 2,35,000 plus 10,000. So total 2,45,000. So next profit, sales minus cost of sales. So in this problem he has given sales as a 3 lakh rupees. So 3 lakh minus 2,45,000. So ultimate problem is 55,000 rupees. Ultimate profit is 55,000 rupees. So this is how we calculate. So further moving. So here from the following particular calculate COGS, cost of goods sold. It is another example which I am using. Clear? So cost of production is 1,83,500. Opening stock of finished goods 71,500. Closing stock of finished goods 42,000. So solution for the same. Cost of production, take 1,83,500. Add outstanding of finished goods. So that is opening stock of finished goods. Clear? Cost of production, add opening stock of finished goods 71,500. So that comes to 2,55,000 less closing stock of finished goods, that is 42,000, minus it out of 2,55,000. So we are going to get cost of goods sold 2,13,000. So how much we are getting? 2,13,000 cost of goods sold. Clear? So this is how we have to identify cost of goods sold. Clear? So this is one more example to calculate, to adjust the stock. Okay. So let us stop here. So in the next problem, we'll start up with the cost sheet preparation problem or statement of cost sheet. So we are going to directly solve the problem. So till then, stay tuned. Bye bye. Take care. See you.